Welcome to today's Research Business Daily Report, where we have a surprising compilation of the top 4 criteria that are needed for a successful business-to-business customer satisfaction survey, followed by a close-up look at a specialized new product development process. RBDR is sponsored today and this week by L&E Research, where recruiting is their passion, and so they say quality respondents and quality information. It's that simple. InfoQuest's John Caldwell shared results from an analysis of the top 4 criteria that he says are required in a business-to-business customer satisfaction survey. They are quite interesting, beginning with the first. B2B organizations don't have thousands of customers, or at least most of them don't, so a very high response rate for a survey is expected and required. And how high? The benchmark is approximately 70%. Yes, 70%. Number 2 criteria. In a research world where shorter surveys are what every researcher is supposed to be looking to achieve, the benchmark number of queries in a business-to-business customer satisfaction survey is, drumroll please, 62 questions and statements. Number 3, a requirement for fully attributed feedback, because Caldwell asserts that knowing who specifically uttered what in a B2B survey is vital to that B2B survey's customer satisfaction results. And the number 4 essential criteria for B2B customer satisfaction survey is providing help in order to interpret survey results and give them additional commercial benefit. That last criteria may perhaps be the most surprising of these 4, because according to Caldwell, a 10-to-1 ROI guarantee for a B2B project is the benchmark ratio. Moving on, there may be no more important research than one that a company undertakes for a new product or service. Decision Analyst is telling us about their Imaginator new product process, which strives to uncover about a new product what interested outsiders say of it 1 must have, 2 what they'd like it to have, 3 what they'd want it to have, and 4 what it cannot have. The Imaginator online new product process relies on a selection of individuals from a specialized list of 1,800 highly creative individuals. Their input is in a process that can take 3 days, maybe even up to 10 for a full evaluation. The cost is between $15,000 and $25,000. But we'll let the Senior VP of Innovation and Qualitative, Clay Dethloff, explain things from here.
The idea of new products and new services, as well as catchy names and catchy ways to get people's attention, is a lot more important to our clients than it used to be. I think it has been difficult, and especially with consumers. When you talk to general consumers, they are, they know what they know what they have, they know what they don't like. But it's very hard for them to kind of imagine the unimaginable, if you will. And so I think also there are so many new innovations that are out there. People are kind of like, oh, how can I improve? I think what I've seen is that new innovations, new products and services can be a lot more evolutionary than revolutionary these days, and maybe just little improvements and refinements versus something that's kind of out of the box and completely new and innovative. Imaginators it's a panel of people who have been identified as being creative and have idea-centric creativity. They're innovators. They're able to kind of think outside the box. They're brought into our panel by being able to go through a series of questionings and tests, if you will, to identify this creativity. And we have looked at over 400,000 people and given them this test. And those that we've identified really are about the top 4% of creativity in the general population. So once we have these people in our panel, what we do then is when a client comes to us, we will look and identify those panel members that are most appropriate for the project based on our client's needs. For an Imaginator panel in a session, we like to have a broad range of people in there who have different and varied interests. I think a lot of times, from a client perspective, they want people who heavily know their category or know their brand. And so what we found is that by having these people who are on the outside a little bit, you get a little bit more out of the box thinking. You get more creative ideas by using multiple people with multiple insights, multiple thoughts.
So it's important to cast a very wide net.
It is important to cast a wide net. I think that's kind of where some of the out of the box thinking, the revolutionary thinking comes from, that being out of a wide net. Importantly, we use a lot of different projective activities, exercises that kind of generate that innovation, as well as there's an iteration process and a building and refining. So our Imaginators are not only people who have come up with a great idea and stick to their guns with the idea, but they're willing to build upon the idea of others. And that's a big part of innovation. It is kind of not only to come up with an idea, but to use every individual to build upon those ideas to come up with the best idea possible at the end of the session.
RBDR has been sponsored today and this week by L&E Research, where recruiting is their passion, and as a result, they say that quality respondents and a quality information kit, it's that simple. L&E Research has formulated some very important ideas about putting all the available pieces, both those that are very well established and those that are emerging, together. The idea is to get a clear picture of the whole truth from your research project. We've created a link to an L&E Research think piece that presents all those possibilities. It is worth taking a look at. We hope you have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.